for. So I do all the filtering and all the moving from one carboy to another. I'll get it down to a finished product so that when you come back in 4 or 6 weeks' time, I'll have a carboy full of wine that's ready to be drank, but you probably want to put it into smaller bottles.
So BYOB, bottles.
That's right. Most customers will come in with 30 of their empty bottles. If they're regular customers, come in with 30 empty bottles. We do sell new bottles as well, or some people will just salvage them from wherever. So they come in when the wine is completely finished, and then we have as much automated equipment as we can to speed the process up. And that's really sterilizing the bottles, cleaning them. If you want the old labels off, you have to do that before you come into the store. But it takes about 30 minutes.
Hot water.
That's right.
We did that at home. My mother gets her wine.
And scraping away sometimes, especially with the commercial labels. Our homemade labels are a little easier to come off. But so it takes about 30 minutes by the time you sterilize the bottles. We have an electric pump to fill them. We have a hydraulic corking machine. We have a machine to put the shrink capsules on the top. And then the labels, all our labels are peel and stick. So we can even customize labels. We have preset labels that are always included in the price, but very popular is this type of thing for a wedding.
Weddings. I'm really seeing that more and more these days.
It is very popular at weddings. A combination of serving the wine or having the wine available as a gift to them. So these are the kinds of things we can do. We can do any kind of a custom label for them, and then we have bags and
people put pictures of themselves on them.
Absolutely. This is one I mocked up here of myself and my wife for exactly that purpose. So that's pretty much the whole process, is coming in and bottling it and then going home and enjoying it.
Go ahead.
What if someone really wants to customize their own flavor? Let's say they like a Merlot, but they like a sweeter Merlot.
Well, absolutely.
Or
That's
does
one
that
of the
just
advantages.
not constitute Merlot anymore?
Well, no. Sweetness is a personal taste.
Right.
And that's one of the beauties of our industry, is we can customize not only an entire batch, but we can customize partial batches. Because we can sweeten to taste at bottling time. It's more popular with the whites that a customer may want to sweeten the whites. So most people prefer a dry red, but the whites get sweetened. So a customer will come in, and that is the only time you're allowed to drink wine on my premises. You are allowed to sample your own wine that you made yourself to see if you want to sweeten it.
And you don't sample it in one of these,
No,
do you?
no, I brought that in to show the, the types of glasses we have. But absolutely, you come in and you sample your wine.
In a little shot glass.
In a little wine glass we have.
Sorry.
It's got to be in a proper
shot glass.
But
wine in a shot glass.
we can sweeten it to any level that you want. So most of our wines start at 0, but we can sweeten them up to 1, 2, 3, whatever you like, and even do partial batches. So, you know, if a husband and wife come in and he likes his dry and she doesn't, because you're always working from a 23-liter carboy, which is 30 of these 750 bottles. So you can do 15 as a 0 sweetness and 15 as a 1.
That's great.
I love that.
Yeah.
What would you say your clientele is? Is it maybe mainly the old school that used to make wine in the basement and they're just sick of it and they just kind of go to you? Or is there a younger clientele these days?
Well, actually, it is not really the old school that makes it in their basement, because those people still...
They're done.
They're still making it in their basement, if they're making it at all.
Right.
But I find that our clientele is the two ends of the spectrum. We get the retired people who have the time and have picked this up as a hobby. We have the younger people, young couples who have a new family who are trying to save some money and come in for the economy of it. We don't get that many people who have, you know, at my stage of life with the teenagers at home, who tend not to have the time. Right. And I think that's people think of it as a great investment of time, where really you're looking at 5 minutes to start and 30 minutes to finish.
My mother is a part of that demographic that you say is low. She would go, she still does go and get her wine made, but it's just to save time she would do that, to save money. I guess, because she
well, that is one of the side benefits of this is, you know, we try to look at it as a hobby. It's a fun thing when you come into the store to do the bottling of wine. A lot of couples come in together and have a good time with it. But it's a hobby, unlike, you know, stamp collecting, which costs you thousands of dollars. This is a hobby which is actually going to save you money.
It really does.
And that's really the way we try to view it, is this is a hobby with a side benefit if it's going to save you money. It's a great way to build a wine cellar. If you want to build up a 120 bottle wine cellar, well, if you're going to go to the store, the LCBO, and buy 120 bottles of wine, you know, you're going to be shelling out a couple $1,000 probably, whereas you can build it up this way. And we really can make, you know, we have 4-week kits, 6-week kits, and even an 8-week kit.
And a 1 week, right?
And a 1 week.
That's crazy.
You're set to go.
I love it. ChateauVizeauWines.com. Chateau, do you really have a castle?
I sort of do. It's where I live. My home is my castle.
There you go.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us and enlightening us a little bit. We're going to a break. When we come back, we're learning about the visual arts